Let's start with section 10.2, dressing for success. So there are a few things that you need to pay attention to when it comes to sales presentation. You have to present yourself in a very professional manner. For that, the dresses can make a huge big difference. Okay, you don't want to be out of place. Oops, what happened to the picture? Here it is. We don't want to be out of place. So you are always encouraged to dress in terms of business formal or business casual. You can always go conservative. Okay, you can always wear an extra coat, and if the others are not wearing a coat, then you can just remove that, or it could be a sports jacket or whatever it is. And there are also various suggestions that are given here in terms of fashion advice for men, women, and we already saw that in earlier chapters, but there are a few other extra videos that you can watch, and I encourage you to watch. And once you watch it, you will understand what are the things you can do or not do, whether you have the right set of pants, whether you have the right set of belt matching the shoes. On all those simple things do matter because people do pay attention. You may not pay attention, you may feel like, oh, that's flaunting it. Whereas for your customer, they may not consider that. And when you dress properly, it shows that you are respecting the customer and you took the time and effort so that you look professionally in front of them. So they will surely appreciate that. So please do consider that. Okay, so these are all some important things. Let me just quickly click on one of these and then we will go from there to section 10.3. Okay.
Hello, my name is Gabriela Garzon and I'm an image consultant with Gigi Image and Etiquette Consulting in Coral Gables, Florida. In this clip, I'm going to talk about how to wear business casual for women. Basically, what you have to concentrate in is as long as you wear a collar, you will be dressing for business casual attire. You don't have to be too conservative or too serious, but you definitely should not be casual. So what you gotta do is wear things that have a collar. As long as you have a collar, you can wear just a shirt with skirts or pants. As long as you wear something like this, this is definitely a business casual type of attire. You should not wear type of t-shirts or anything that does not have a collar. If you do actually wear something like this that does not have a definite collar, you should try and wear it with something on top, sort of like a vest or a jacket. If you wear little jackets like this one that do not have a collar, it's fine because they have a closure and you can have something behind it.
So there are some suggestions for women, and you can also see a few suggestions for men that are given here. And whenever I expand, that white color bar comes and hides everything, so we won't get into that. But please pay attention that these two things do matter. Okay. Now, what other things can you do to make your presentation successful? One of the important things is you should sell with success stories. So stories do matter. So you have to think about, okay, I'm going to this particular customer. They are a family of 10 people. They live together and they have been working together for a long time period. And in that case, the type of stories that will get their attention would be maybe some kind of a family story, the family values and things like that, because they have kind of worked through that for the past 30, 40, 50 years, and they have stuck together as a really big group. In that case, you may want to use the stories that will be of more effective in that particular situation. So you have to select your stories, and that was also given in an earlier video on story matrix, okay, on the entrepreneurial selling. So please pay attention, and the more you know about your customer, okay, the more knowledge you have, it will be considered as power. Okay, knowledge is power. It's very, very important. The more homework you do, you will get more knowledge, and the more knowledge you have, you will have more power, and more power and knowledge will give you more confidence, and your presentations will be successful. And you also have to think about whether you are presenting to an individual person or to a group of people. Okay, depending upon the type of settings you are in, you have to adapt. I already mentioned you about adaptive selling, right? You have to change the way how you present it. It's not like you are lying, you are just telling the facts and figures and stories that are relevant for that particular person, whether it is an individual person or a group situation. Okay, and there are also some useful videos that you can watch. And there is another website called Keras.com. and this is a really good one, and they do have various tips and suggestions and things like that. And I hope this page will open up here. And if it doesn't open up, it doesn't matter, I can always send you the link. And they have given some useful tips on how you can negotiate, what type of questions you should be expecting at the time of presentations and things like that. Unfortunately, it's not opening, but then you can always go and see to this. You can always click on this Keras.com website so that you get a good idea. Okay, now where are you going to make your presentation? That also matters. You can make a presentation in your place of business or in your customer's location, okay, or a common location. It's not like you have to meet only in their office or they have to come to your location, nothing like that. You both can go to a coffee shop in case if there is no coronavirus times or anything like that, as long as you are able to meet in a common place where everybody will feel comfortable and you don't have to worry about, revealing secrets or company secrets or trademarks or some issues, then you can find some common spot where you can get in touch with your customers so that you can make your presentation. And we are living in the 21st century where we have all these teleconference tools. So sometimes you can probably use a webinar to reach out to your customer audiences. You can see a whole bunch of companies that are trying to raise money. You can click on one of them. So let me just take you here. The Keras.com open, but that's not the one that we wanted. Start engine.com. So when you go here, you will be able to see many companies trying to raise money. Okay, so they are essentially trying to sell the idea of their business to various people, and they are trying to raise millions of dollars, as you can see here. And all these are vetted, and they are all really good products. Now the question is, will these companies be successful? And again, they are trying to sell that idea that their company will be successful. And when you click on any one of them, okay, for instance, let us go ahead and click on this one, which has raised $11.9 million. And if you click on that, there is a video that is nothing but a presentation. And you can also see a lot more information about their company, how they will be able to become successful. So these are nothing but presentations, and these presentations are actually occurring through teleconference means. That is what I'm trying to tell. And not only that, you can also have a video conference, one-on-one conversation with the customer. And Webex.com, Zoom, that is very, very famous, and it has become a household name during the COVID times, okay? Then also you have to think about the pictures that you will use. So you need to prepare the right presentations, right illustrations. For instance, if you want to explain a trend, then you need a line graph. If you are describing a series of steps, then you need a diagram, okay? Like this one goes into this one, that goes into this. Writing it like this in boxes is much better because they can focus on each box and how the flow goes from one to another, maybe like this. If you want to compare capabilities, then you can use a table. So a set of numbers and words and things like that. If you want to show product or service comparisons, a pie chart or a bar graph can be suitable. And if you want to explain how the website works, then you just show them the website itself. Rather than just talking about that, you can simply go to that website, which is what I was just trying to do when it comes to this website Start Engine. And also there is another company called seedinvest.co. Maybe you will click on that, and there you will see, oops, that's not the one, it is actually .com. So let's click on that, and here also you will see various companies that are trying to raise money, and you can go through that and you will get a good idea of what these companies are. So you have to know how to reach your audience in an effective manner, and if you are able to do that, you have to make it more interesting. You don't want too many words. You just need to have one picture and very few words so that you can make sure that your customers or your audiences are not dead at the end of the presentation. Okay, so please make use of interesting presentation software such as Prezi, Haiku Deck, emails, and all those video links were given to you earlier, and some of you may already be using it. So try to use these things so that you can become a much effective presenter, and you will also make sure that you dress properly for that occasion. Okay, so these are all the important things that we are covering in sections 10.2 and 10.3, and soon we are getting into the next section where we will talk about what are the do's and don'ts that you need to be aware of when it comes to making a presentation.